So I'm going to do a video series on Appreciate and Allow with Allison, title in progress. I'm not sure I'm going to keep it, but let's have some fun with it for now. Just about a focus of adding in and or doing things that I already do that feel good, that ground me, that ready me for the day, that ready for me for all the upcoming great things. So one way to raise our expectations, of course, is to make little changes that are comfortable, that take us toward what we want, but maybe they're not going to the gym 5 days a week after not having gone for months and months and months. So, if you know who Kendra Adachi is, the lazy genius, she talks about one of her lazy genius principles is to start small. Because when we give ourselves permission to start something small and keep at it for a while, but in this small way, over time, those gains really, really will profit us, right? They really will show up in our lives. We'll notice we're feeling better because we've made a commitment to this thing. And, being someone who never worked out before consistently, I was always doing it here and there. That's one of the things that I've been quite consistent with since October, because it just feels good to become stronger as we get older. Why do we need to regress? Why do we need to slide into health problems, etc.? It doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to be statistics. We don't have to. We can be the exception to the rule if we're building our expectations in that way. So there was a doctor, I think he was a French doctor, in the early 1900s, who said to his patient, she had lots of health problems, and he gave her a prescription, and he said, I want you to say every day, as many times as you can remember, like 100 times a day, I'm getting better and better every day in every way. I am getting better and better every day in every way. And much like many affirmations that you may already be doing or already enjoy, just adding that in is so helpful, because it's just something we can easily believe. Why can't we believe that, right? And if you're not ready to get to that point, like if you say it and it feels off or it feels like it's not true and it doesn't feel good to say, then it might not be the one for you right now. But another one to use in the affirmation landscape would be from Abraham Hicks, everything is always working out for me. Because it's nice and general, nice and broad, nice and good feeling, but true. And if that doesn't quite feel good, then the minor adjustment I would make to it, which I have done in the past, especially in the midst of strong negative emotion, is everything is always working out for me, even in this moment when I can't see it. My inner being or the source within knows that it's working out for me. So that again will connect you to source, right? And source knows everything is always working out for us. Source loves us, right? Source wants us to do well. Source is patting us on the back. Source is seeing our progress, because every time you know what you don't want, when something doesn't work out well, you know what you do want. And that is the gift. So one thing that I'll focus on today is the movement. So for me, the consistency happened in 2020 when, of course, I was not working, and, we were all staying inside and all of that. And I just thought, well, now's the time, because I'd always been thinking about yoga, but never had this wholehearted commitment to it. I thought, I could make time for it once a week. Like, I was so silly with my schedule back then and all the things that I prioritized over moving my wonderful body. But anyway, I finally got there, right? All of our bodies are wonderful, right? So to move it and to appreciate it and to help it be stronger and be more wonderful and do more things quickly, like that's the best gift we can give our bodies, right? We don't have to care what other people think about what they look like. We don't have to care that it doesn't look what society thinks. We get to love it. We get that choice. We can take away everyone else's opinion on this, and that goes for any category of life. We get to take away all of the opinions, and we get to go within, and we get to decide, and we get to say, yeah, this matters to me. This doesn't have to be a thing that I am trying to look a certain way. This doesn't have to be that. This doesn't have to be anything other than movement is good. daily movement is good and it makes other things easier. So, when we move for ourselves, like we might have physical jobs, but if we make time, a little time, to move for ourselves outside of that working environment, we are stronger to do that work within the confines of our workday, right? We are using our heart and appreciating it and saying, I'm strengthening my heart right now. I'm strengthening my muscles. I'm strengthening my bones by this movement. They're supporting each other because our bodies are so amazing and how all of the systems work together. I don't know all of that stuff off the top of my hand. Like I did pay attention to biology class, but it was, over 20 years ago. But that stuff matters. Body systems working together matters. And one of the ways to keep our apparatus strong is to do daily movement of some kind in some way that we enjoy. Be that go to the gym, be that walking. Walking is restorative, right? Left brain, right body, right brain, right brain, left body, left brain, right body, synchronicity, parasympathetic nervous system, starting it up. Like, yeah, let's do more of that. Let's do more of that. So when it comes to that, pick something, and you can do 5 minutes to start. If it's, say, you're a little sedentary and you have a sitting job, it's time to build in breaks at your desk. So every hour or two, if you aren't able to move because there's eyes on you and so everyone's always watching, like if it's that kind of environment, which is not the best, but if that is the environment, just make sure every 2 hours at least you walk up, at least around your desk, right? You just take a different posture, right? Take a different moment to move in a way that's not just the sitting. And one thing I do when I am forced to sit for a long time, or say I'm studying, so I want to try and keep focused, is I'll do some toe curls in a sitting position, or I'll squeeze my thighs together, right? Or I'll lift my toes off the floor to get like a front stretch in the shin area, whatever muscle that is, right? So those kind of things, or even like you can pop on the balls of your feet and get a little hamstring stretch, right? You can do little ankle circles. I'm doing a couple right now. You just do a little ankle circle each way, which is one of the things I do in the morning time as well, which is super helpful. So yeah, I'm calling my 30-day focus 30 days plus, because I started it 3 days ago. So today's day 4 technically. And yeah, I'm just going to be talking about some of the things that I'm focused on or refocused on or recommitting to. I've been a big meditator since like 2019-ish, and I was daily for a long time. I lost that kind of habit for a little bit. I let my life kind of take control, and I didn't get up early enough to do that taking control, right? So I took back that control to say, you know what, these 10 minutes, these 15 minutes are really important. Even if it's shorter than I would like, sometimes I will just do a 10 breaths where I go in and out. I usually like to do an out breath for twice as long as my in breath for a meditation while I count my breaths. So the counting of the breaths is for my brain. So my brain isn't thinking, or my brain isn't adding thoughts. I'm just doing my counting. And I'll just use my fingers and kind of feel what breath I'm on with my fingers and go, breathing in 1, and then I'll count, and then I'll breathe out and count. And I'll just do 10 of those. And before you start, you want to preface activities with good feeling thoughts about how it's going to go, right? We want to prepave, as Abe would say, with good feeling expectations, good feeling intentions. So, I love meditating. I love quieting my mind. I don't have time to do 15 minutes this morning because I slept in, or because I've got a longer work day, or because I've got an earlier start. But I can always find time to make time for those 10 breaths. So those are 2 of the focus things that I'm going to work on over the next 30 days. I invite you to join me if you desire. And it'll just be, so it's just making sure that I go and reconnect with that meditative self and that meditation practice. I'm taking a course on meditation as well through Yoga MU. So a school out of India with a satellite in San Francisco. They're wonderful because they like to make yoga teacher training affordable, so they have sales all the time. So check them out if that's something you're interested in. And it's I'm well within the course, and it's quite quality material, so I highly recommend you check that out if that's something you're interested in. Sometimes the sales go down to $100 for a 200-hour yoga teacher training course, which is insane and wonderful. And they're good. They are good. And it's a lot of material. So it'll definitely keep you busy until you finish it up. So yeah, so over the next 30 plus for our focus experience, we're going to work on little things that I do that I'm recommitting to. And I invite you to think about what you'd like to recommit to or start or focus on. And it's fun to play with it. I like to call them fun experiments, right? Fun experiments to see how I do, right? And to build that momentum. So I talk about the snowball rolling down the hill. So let's roll the snowball down the hill of good feeling momentum, of stuff that feels good. Okay, so that is kind of what's happening for the next 30 days on the channel. And as I say it out loud, I make a commitment to you. I make a commitment to me that no matter what else I have going on, that at least I do a short cutie pie. As again, I learn new editing software that I don't know how to edit, but I'm going to learn how to edit. I know I can learn how to edit my own work. And I am pre-paving, and I am setting good expectations that I can figure it out, right? We are capable, we are strong, we are well able. So this was a little fun, something that I felt inspired to do and share. So here we go. I'm going to do 30-day plus focus and talk more about my past experience with 30 days of focus and how it's benefited me, and maybe it will benefit you. So something to think about, anything that you want to recommit to, that you want to focus on, that you haven't been, and a way to, as Kendra would say, start small, I'll put a link to one of her podcasts that I've recently watched that I really liked. And then you can have a little fun with connecting with her, because she's awesome. She's an organizational guru, and she's so loose with her style and very genuine and very open and fun. She's really like a whole bunch of fun. So yeah, so again, what do you want to recommit to? What do you want to focus on? What area of your life do you want to tend to a little bit for 30 days? And listen, as I talk about more things over the next 30 days for me, so it will be the month of March plus these last couple of days of April, it's okay to stick with the two things for a whole month and not do any additions, right? Habit stacking is putting things on top. And I have lots of things that I have spent years doing, so those are natural to me. So if it doesn't feel natural to do too much, don't do too much. But if you want to make a little bit of a change because you want to see yourself feeling better in your skin, yourself feeling more able to do things that maybe you desire not to do so much. And Kendra did have a great podcast on that I listened to yesterday. So maybe that's the link I will share from Spotify where I listened to her. So so 30 days plus in this case, because again, started a few days ago. And so if there's anything that you're thinking of that you want to give some focus to, that you want to bring about in your life, then let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's have some fun.